Hey friends, what's up? This is Kirill Vitkovsky, and today we're going to talk about QR codes, or more specifically, their design. QR codes have already become very common in our lives. You can see them practically everywhere, even in applications, even though you cannot scan them with your phone, at least not in all applications, these QR codes. One way or another, they are familiar to everyone, everyone knows how to use them, but they are very similar to each other in one way or another, and in most cases, they blatantly ruin the design. But in the end, I stumbled upon this resource that allows you to create QR codes with a truly unique design that has the potential to convey the values of the company, the values of the project, the values of the concert, and so on and so forth. And of course, he must be taken into account, no doubt about it. This is the Quick QR Art project, which provides you with the ability to do that. Not all of his generations are of excellent quality, but regardless, it is such a monumental step towards making these QR codes unique and distinctive from one another. Okay, we should not waste time, and instead we should go through the settings in order to be efficient. First of all, you got to choose the kind of stuff you want in that QR code. This could be text, but we'll go the traditional way and take a link that is a hyperlink. Next, you specify a link, a path that should be read after scanning the QR code. You fill it in with a prompt, but pay attention to prompts. Make sure to provide accurate prompts. The prompts in this service are quite short, not exceeding 300 characters, so attempt to write prompts that are concise and clear enough. Next, an important preset setting. Despite the fact that you can observe a lack of pictures in this place, I can provide assurance that there were pictures in this place. During video recording, due to the guy's playful behavior, a release caused something to break off and fall. However, it's important to note that there should be accompanying pictures in this context. I hope that when you start using Quick QR Art, those pictures will appear there. There are actually a huge number of presets here, and they are divided into subgroups. Here you can find various artistic styles, futurism, games, and photographs. You can truly experiment here. However, on the free version, you will not have sufficient tokens to completely experience the full power of these presets. So I recommend you to still stock up on tokens and pay. And the subscription is cheap, around $8 for 1,000 tokens. That will be more than enough for you to generate several dozen of these QR codes for a few projects. You'll have plenty of them to use. Next, we have a choice of image proportions: vertical full HD, 1:1 like Instagram, horizontal 3x4 and 4x3. Next, the quality of the image itself. By default, it's HD, but if you want to go for a higher resolution like Full HD or Ultra HD, the number of tokens required will significantly increase. Okay, we will be working by default. And here are the most crucial settings that you need to pay attention to. Firstly, it is the visibility QR code, and it impacts what it affects. The higher the value of this slider, the greater the guarantee that your QR code will be scanned. But if you desire a more artistic version, and your QR code possesses, let's say, a limited number of these crucial elements that are vital for accurate link interpretation, then you have the flexibility to explore and create a more artistic rendition. But I still recommend keeping this value around 1.9, 2 points, 1 and 9, 2 points. Subsequently, QR ratio is an available choice that empowers you to manage the size of the QR code itself within the image, giving you the flexibility to adjust its dimensions according to your preferences. By default, this value is 1, but the smaller we specify, the smaller the QR code will be on the actual image. All right, next up is the position. Position. The position of the QR code is chosen based on the format, so if you have selected a horizontal image, the QR code can be placed in the bottom right corner, bottom left corner, or the rest of the area will be filled with an image according to your prompt. Next, you unfold this here tab called Advanced Settings, where you can choose multiple QR codes at once. I recommend using 4 right away. In my experience, nothing cool ever comes out on the first attempt or with only one option, so it is preferable to have multiple options right away. To ensure optimal scanning, make sure to check the Enhance Face option if your QR code contains any characters. So in the absence of that checkbox, the faces and anatomy are, to put it mildly, not very good in terms of quality and accuracy. Next, leave the remaining settings as default. The seat will automatically adjust itself at this point. 20 steps should be sufficient, honestly, and that is it. And after that, simply click on the button to generate What do QR codes themselves represent? These are the most recent manifestations of my generations. But mind you, here are all the settings I used in full. And the most important thing for us is this here hint. So like this QR code, it appears that it has turned out nicely, but it is not able to be scanned. So something went wrong with him and the service immediately tells about it. But in reality, there are cases when it seems like the QR code is good, the service says that it can be scanned, but in fact, after checking, it turns out that it's not the case. Please make sure to pay attention to this label and, of course, check it from your phone in order to scan this QR code accurately. These choices, I believe, are not poor, so like this futuristic vision, a certain type of urban area, it functions, it analyzes. Let's take a look at different variations that the service provides for us to explore. As you can see, not long ago, there were numerous generations of New Year's stories, and here are the stories that ended up. It looks incredible. Yeah, and here's the thing, you gotta pay attention to the fact that in the free version, you'll definitely have this copyright made with InkWeek QR art, which is a pretty complicated name, and there's a lot of cues in there, not so easy to read, so this is a cool option. I mean, it's graphic, like a drawing, and really cool for maybe some architectural firm or something. Here's a link to his website. Check it out, give it a try, get inspired by what people are doing. However, in my belief, it is my conviction that it only takes a brief period of time, a mere moment, for these QR codes to make their way into the mainstream in such an unusual, exclusive, and unique design, and be present everywhere, in all places, across the board, without any exceptions or limitations. And it will already be strange to look with contempt, maybe even at the Macids, in which simple black and white QR codes are used. Hey pals, ensure to follow Sexy Prompt, a channel on Telegram where you can get inspired by some incredible prompts. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, let me know how often you use QR codes, whether you see potential in this service, and if you can utilize it in your projects. I'm really curious to hear your opinion, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.